Ras Wormz. Kibiga Pompe one Tanyak Beng Marbilela and Mabia Kanam. The Punga yo lubgare Tobanazo Borg, Messoti Dunia was zoo and Amawana. Mandana Yila Dada, Te Mama Cocker, Nduma in the Bolba Kula Wunama. Izone salati ayelan kem odoba sata kide ba dunia hobome melsa yima bia wakase ko yele interview the time kila tome dunia.
My name is Sampana Michael Abendila. I'm from Bongo, Tengra in the Upper East region. I work at Ghana Education Service as the administrator. Like I mentioned, as an administrator, I do filing, and I'm the first point of contact if you come into the office. I serve as a link between the public and the directorate. I started school in Bongo DA, primary school in the Bongo district here. I completed somewhere in 1999 and proceeded to Bogatanga Technical Institute where I pursued accounting. And from there I entered Bogatanga Polytechnic to pursue the same accounting, HND in accounting. Completed in 2005. I served in the Bongo District Assembly for 1 year. I was engaged by the Bongo District Assembly as an attachment basis for 1 year. I was later on employed at Community Water and Sanitation as the accountant for 2 years. I then moved to Ghana Education Service in somewhere April 2013. And I've been with the Ghana Education Service since 2013 to date. Okay. Growing up, I tend to be, let me say, I started out being a public figure because of my multi-talented nature. Growing up, I was into this active acrobatics. So in my early days, I could gather my peers and do acrobatics for them. After my senior high school days, I traveled to down south where I worked. I was nearly, let me say, a dropout because after senior high school days, I did not have that mind to even go back to school again. I was thinking of working somewhere on my own. That dreams were started when my elder brother called home and I have to return and further my education. In Ghana Education Service, I joined the Ghana Education Service somewhere April 2013, and I have chalked some few successes, if I should say. And somewhere 2017, I was adjudged as the best worker at Ghana Education Service. And before joining Ghana Education Service, I was actively into entertainment. I organized events. I was an event organizer. That is a firm, Ras Wormz Entertainment. So in joining Ghana Education Service, I continued with my education and my entertainment events organizations. So in the course of this organization, I was able to merge it with work. So after work, I could organize the HIV programs just to educate people on this deadly disease. And through that, I was seen by the Bongo District Assembly somewhere 2018. I was made the HIV stakeholder in the district. In Ghana Education Service somewhere 2019, I showed interest in this Ghana Teacher Prize. I wanted to also, I'm somebody who loves challenging myself. So I showed interest in this Ghana Teacher Prize and filled in. And through my hard work, I was picked by the district director. I was the only person from the district in 2020. So I represented the district in the interview and I became the district best. So I represented the region for this year Ghana Teacher Prize. With the finals was at Cape Coast and I was the first runner-up. Through Ghana Education Service, these are the few successes I've chopped. The non-teaching side category.
Ras Wormz. Kibiga san pompe wanta nyak beng mar bilela amabia kanam. Depunga yo lubugere toba na zoborge mesoti dunia wazu ana mawana. Mandana yila dada te mama koke. Ndugma yini bolba kula wuna ma. Izone salati ayelan kem. Odoba sata kide baho dunia hopome. Melsa yima bia wakase ko yele entebe ntabinge. Netam kila tome. Dunia mu wala mora saka sigi bumpa tinga soka hokambanga kila kome. Bugumbala to turi fila nya kasa yela hominga koma de kakanga to hobome. Mugu dana me amenga zina tapo kolo mbere. So kusinzong beha yenge yina bagza danga menga mbala tata dunen duon yele. Saba I koner batumbe te mina ba hosambi zina oba koma yazela bele. Ras Wormz tia yoko yam yina na boho yo zina hunye eta de mina bere. Chaka Ras Wormz. Mi brade toka kuri nera mandugma wadu se unintam dunia wa ko wa bere da kella bala mandugma wadu se unintam dunia mem tikib galanze landugma wadu se akintam dunia wa ko wa bere da kella bala ndugma wadu se unintam.
Growing up, I am one person who loves entertainment a lot. Just like I mentioned earlier on, I was into acrobatics. I love entertaining a lot. So in growing up, early stages, I started the event organization because of my passion for entertainment. That was how I got into the entertainment scene. You know, in entertainment, everybody would have a reason why he would join entertainment. Because just like I said, because of my love for entertainment, I initially dated for fun. I organized events even if I could break even. Because of my love for it, it was okay for me. But it was later on that I used to organize this program, Senior High School Got Talents, in order to unearth talents in the Bongo district. So it was in the course of this that I even discovered I could do music. Somewhere 2017, I organized Senior High School Got Talent, which I got Zamsi Senior High, Bogatanga Technical, Bongo Senior High, and we did the finals at Bogatanga Technical Institute. So the first, second, third, I promised recording them each song. So we could go to the studio and do the songs. So it was in the course of this, I think one day, none of them turned up. So the engineer was like, okay, Wormz, why don't we play with beat? So I think that was the time this song came, Jobiu song, Tonga or so. So we used that song as a remix, and it came. I was not proud of it because I never even dreamt of becoming a musician. So that song was in my phone for like 6 to 7 months. So it was one day, one friend by name Major got hold of my phone and played that song. And he was like, hey, Ras Wormz has made a song, come listen. And guys got interested. So after listening to the song, I took it like I now want to prove them wrong that I could do better than that. So in proving them that I could do better than that, that was how I got into music. By releasing my first song, my second song then, Rap Pasta. And after Rap Pasta, I saw radio stations took interest, and it was everywhere. So people was like, okay, why not just go into music? Then my passion for it developed more. In doing music, everybody wants to or seek to achieve something in music. When I started music, I have that idea to impact society. I should change society through my lyrics. So if you listen to my songs, you would see that my songs are full of wise sayings, full of proverbs, full of advices. So I want to, in a way, impact positively in society. So my music is, since I try to come out with a music, because if you are talented and event or opportunity brings itself, then you have to prove it. So just this past election, I was able to come out with a peace rap, just to advise my peers not to go into this violence. So let me just drop a few of those lines. It goes like Yella Kakarga, Sugurin Kaboyide, Tomakan Sakin de Zabed La Pohoga, Sabana declare Ligri Pahagon, La Bakura Taba, Nera Campo, be not a San Kibra, come maybe a din hid Zota into Set La Point, Ras Wormz Wanayo, Makakon, Zabri Pord and Zaya, to Sabakong von Saban Paul and Gazam and Declaba, to Thomas Saya, to Porsikida, to Comatelle Malawong Latizan, Dikapanga Zebo, Ayemata Comata injured at Detunkulta Galaba, Tinyatara to Zutu a Corsa Kuga de Minative Von to Tara. Kaboda Lanandana yan pato can you report to boy where at the back and zong and taga. Anytime they are narrating a peace story, the young guys will go like the story is boring. Ya yan laberet balog ligrity ya kura taba who ya de gono. Ya yata kola namaga dana banganit la tolia bilende ya yor. Tihin kwa zebiti ya mina ba ya pata sokulatari yoro. De live na vola. To hun kwa di husap tiranya tira nama to hun keme o pangabe bola. Ni kura nyok la yamba kele kara. Hun taba bang la yameta ba ye kara. Hun kwa kan era zebre o panganzu ugangat la ba mula inya yi pa station be torgo dara Ras Wormz to the world yel kirla naba yai ewe hotimbara taraya bongo bia. I did purposely for the election. I just wanted to advise the youth not to go into this violence, advising them that those who will be fighting for after this election, they would be at Accra enjoying with their families. And sometimes when you even look at those seeking for this MPship, when they come, you don't see their families here, you don't see their children here, you don't see their relations here. They are somewhere enjoying or schooling, and yet they will give us a few money and we'll go into violence, endangering our lives. So this music was just to advise them not to go into this violence. Ya vomtin de la pasta from Malaji to rap pasta la yente ya vomtin de la pasta. Someone call me rhyme master. Sister Hunton Labe, check it out. Brother Manka Taratoma. There is a gang at Toma. Bena yige to Toma Brasa Campata Nyokotonga, sister commit balade fornication. De Budin Kansan can be easy ado, or Yigala or Tolgapumba na handle who ye tonza a day fornication. Abobu kankang yende nengaduma bana tota yukar semenga ya mambo nengade ya pula sobe bugusana la ya ite ya bumtinde pasta yo. This one is just kind of like a moral song, just advising my sisters not to go into this prostitution, for it is something that will not bring any help to them, and in a way also pointing out to elders of church. They come to preach to us on how to live our lives, and behind those sins, they do things that are not of godly manner. So, just an advice song. Yeah. I remember in somewhere 2018 when I got into music and decided that I want to take music far. I released a song by title Allocate. And Allocate speaks of the immorality in our society. How ladies would marry, go behind their husbands, and still do things that are not of proper. So when I released this song, I think there was a lady by name Kate. Kate took offense that the story seems to be related to her, and she reported me. She took me to the chief palace. She first called elders for them to address the issue. So it was like one morning we're in the house and we saw crowds. My father was like, what is happening? That Kate brought an issue that I released a song that is not speaking, or that is speaking ill of her. So that song actually got me into trouble. But after deliberation, they saw to it that merely using names on songs shouldn't be offense. So that story was thrown away. And somewhere in 2018, as you say, that was a bad year for me. I had my logo launch at Bongo Swine, and on my way back, I was attacked by armed robbers. That was a serious issue. It was after the program. I sought to delay small to see my guys pack chairs and put things in order. So when we were returning home, I think we were using motorbikes, 5 in number. We got to our European, and all of a sudden we heard noise. Like, stop! You think we are joking? Stop! Then somebody fired a gunshot. When they fired, he overtook. I think first was one DJ Aluta who picked another DJ. I was the second person. So he bypassed me and stopped the first person. So when he stopped, they were like, get down. So we tried turning, not knowing there were also 2 at our back. They also fired. So at the end, I was able to escape back to Bongo Swine. But they rounded others and made them lie down, took everything in their possession, phones, bags, monies, everything. So it was in the course of this, I think one of my DJs, DJ Kelly, after they stopped them, DJ Kelly tried running. And when he took off, just ran some few meters, and they shot DJ Kelly on the head. So he fell there, and it was serious. They still made everybody lie down. After they finished with everything, gave their warning shots and left. So DJ Aluta and co now went to DJ Kelly, and they checked, and DJ Kelly was hit on the head. So then I was at Soin because I was the only one who escaped. So they called that DJ Kelly has been shot on the head. So I rushed to the Bongo hospital with them. And they said the issue was too serious. They referred us to Tamale Hospital. And I must say the DCE then, Honorable Peter Umbisa, he was very helpful to me because just early morning he called me that he heard that we had some attack. Then I said, yeah. I said I was even on my way coming to him to see whether we could get a car to Bolga. So he just called the driver, and the driver sent us to Bolga. So from Bolga, they referred us to Tamale. And when we got to Tamale, we have to spend like 1.5 months because the one who would do the surgery said there's one Mr. Francis something. He was at Kuala Lumpur also doing some surgery, so we have to. So in each night, they were giving us antibiotics to make the bullets stay fresh, just like the first day we got shot. So we stayed in Tamale for like 1.5 months. And that was even where I came out with the song Now Winning Anla Sim for the armed robbers, titled Letter to Armed Robbers. But it was something that each night, it was not easy there, going out to take x-ray and back. And I didn't even think Kelly could make it. But looking at his condition those days, he was bleeding from the eye, and it was like they shot him from behind. So the bullet ran and settled on the eye nerve. So he was bleeding from the eye. So 1 month later, the doctor came, made the surgery. The surgery was successful. But the unfortunate part is the guy lost one of the eye because of the bullets settled on the eye nerve. And so afterwards, I nearly quit music because I was down to earth, and monies that we got had to go into hospital bills, and even the final surgery, I think we were charged somewhere 8,000 plus. So I had to call friends, and the DCE also stepped in, helped me somehow, and friends, families were able to do the surgery. So it wasn't an easy thing for me in 2018. But in 2018, just like they say, you see, what gives me the encouragement to continue was, you can never be a star without a scar. Once you want to be a star, you must get some of these things, just like being a champion without challenges. So when I saw all those things, I had to encourage myself that I'm even on the right path to becoming a champion. So I stood into it. I released a letter to armed robbers, and that song bloated the whole region. People loved it and tweeting and texting everywhere that you did well, and armed robbers would attack you, and so it was okay. So that was how I just continued with music. All my future and ambitions, I know in doing music one will want to get to the top. Here is the case: I have to combine music with work, and just like I mentioned earlier on, even at work site I try to also challenge myself to get to the top. Just like I filed for Ghana Teacher Prize this year, and I was able to get the regional best, got the national first runner-up. I'm thinking of getting the national best sometime to come. And you know, Ghana Teacher Prize, once you file, you will not be able to go again unless it takes you 5 years for you to qualify again and you can go for that competition. In 2016, when I released the song Rap Pasta, I think I got the most promising artist in Upper East region here. In 2016, I got the most promising artist. 2020, I think it is something that me and my team were seriously working on. I want by the end of 2022, I should be seen at Ghana, what do you call it? Ghana Music Awards. I should be able to get to Ghana Music Awards. But before then, I'm thinking of going into these reality shows, because it is something that can project you. In Ghana here, mostly we hear the senior artists saying language is not a barrier. Language is not a barrier in music, but sometimes I stand to differ. Language is a barrier, but it is not a barrier that you cannot break. It is breakable. Because in saying that language is not a barrier, I think the music I've done so far, if it was done in Twi or English, I think I would have gone far past the stage. But because it is done in Frafra, and the Frafra speaking area too few. When you leave Bongo here, it is only Bolga. Just from here to Navrongo, they speak different dialect. From here to Boku, they speak different dialect. So Upper East, in a way, is too divided. So for you to do music and it will sell to the whole of Upper East, then it will take hard work. Unlike the Sadness, you do music in Twi and you see the Asante speaking Dale, the population is very massive. And even in Upper East region here, if you come and you assemble 10 people, out of the 10, I think 5 or 6 would understand Twi. So it makes their music travel far. Having said that, we've seen songs from South Africa traveling to the Upper East region here. I think currently there's some song, I think Jerusalem or something. It is one of the world's biggest hits right now. It has been able to travel all the way from South Africa to Ghana, even though we don't even understand that language. So it is possible for you to break that barrier, but we should know that it is a barrier in a way, because if you don't put more effort, it will be very hard for people to relate to your music, for you to break barrier. So in future, I plan fusing in English. I don't speak Twi fluently like that, but the broken Twi I can do. So I plan featuring this Twi language and English into my songs. My plan is to win my area first. Because for people to project you, you must first win their love. So I want to win Upper East first. And I must say we're on the right path. Almost. If you go any corner in Upper East region here, my songs are everywhere. So I think we'll be taking it. After going into this reality show, I'll be able to sell my language. I'll be able to sell my culture. I'm somebody who loves traditions so much. And as you can even see from my dressing, I'm somebody who loves traditions so much. So I'll be able to sell my culture, my language, if my music gets into the international scene. My achievements, I almost left one thing. I am also a philanthropist. I like giving back to society. Somewhere 2nd April 2017, I donated exercise book I made some donations to Akolyodi Primary. That is one of the deprived school in the districts. And just because I am with the Ghana Education Service, I'm able to know the deprived schools in the district. I donated books and biscuits to them, and I awarded the first, second, third, those who excelled in their various classes. And, it was something that was, hailed by all chiefs in the districts. They loved it, and out of that, the chief of Akolyo called me and skinned me as the Yel Kirlamal Tinganaba, literally translate to mean chief of development. In January 2019, I also hosted orphans and the less privileged to a party at Namoy, suburb of Bongo district here, to a party, and we dined with them just to encourage them and let them know that society has not forgotten them. We've seen them as part of us. And I also used that opportunity to donate exercise books, used clothing to them. And I have been doing donations a lot. And I think this was even one of the reasons why I excelled so much in the Ghana Teacher Prize. Because in the Ghana Teacher Prize, we have something like beyond the work or beyond our community service. So when I presented this one, my YouTube links, Facebook, and pictures, I think they were excited. And this was one of the reasons why I even chalked the success.
Ras Wormz. Kibiga Pompe one Tanyak Beng Marbilela and Mabia Kanam. The Punga Yohulubgare Tobanazo Borg, Mesoti Dunia Wazu Anamawana. Mandana Yila Dada, Te Mama Cocker, Nduma in the Bolba Kula Wunama. Izone salati ayelan kem odoba sata kide ba dunia hobome melsa yima bia wakase ko yele entebe ntabinge netam dila tome dunia mu won la mora saka sigi bumba tinga soka hokambanga dila kome bugumbala to turi fila nya kasa yela hominga koma de kakanga to hobome mugu dana me amenga zina tako ko lombere so kusenzo ngbe ha denga yina bagza danga menga mbala tata du nendo yele saba e konerba tumbe te mina ba hosambi zina oba koma yazela Ras Wormz tia yoba yam yina na boho yo zina hunye etademina bere. Chaka.